Welcome back to the last edition of the Renegade Report. I said the last edition. We'll have one more week before the break, but it's with the last of the Bowser boys, and I'm joined with two more returning players from BC baseball, Mr. Dickerson and Mr. Ortiz. How you doing, guys?
Doing great. How about yourself?
Doing great.
Fantastic, fantastic. So first of all, Mr. Dickerson, where you from?
I'm from here in Bakersfield.
Nice. Where'd you play?
Played at Bakersfield Christian.
Bakersfield Christian.
Yeah,
nice,
sir.
nice. So what graduating class were you from?
I was from 2016.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, excited to have you, man.
Excited to be here.
Got you. Where you from, Nate?
I'm from here in Bakersfield.
What school?
Centennial.
Centennial. Nice. My wife will like that. She's a former Golden Hawk. I tease her a little bit and call y'all the Chicken Hawks every now and then when she ain't doing something that I asked her to do. But, I got love for the Golden Hawks too, man. So how y'all feeling, man? Y'all excited?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited, man. Season coming back.
Oh, yeah.
Couple months.
You got the duty of catcher filling in for the great Kyle Willman.
Yeah.
You guys had a lot of great experiences together.
Oh, yeah.
Over the last few years as you were redshirting, right?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Yeah, I'd learned so much from Kyle.
Beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful. So Nate, fast forwarding to you, let's talk about the experience of being part of this process. You're a 2-year guy or you're a 3-year guy?
Yeah, I'm a 2-year guy.
Okay, so 2-year guy, this is your second year. I had an opportunity to be around last year. Maybe announced probably about 5 games, but more than anything, love the competitive spirit and the opportunity that you guys had to finish games that you didn't finish 2 years ago. How did that feel for you on the mound, first starting with Nate?
Going from high school to college was a big jump. If from 7 innings to 9 innings, but being surrounded by the atmosphere that our team created last year helped me a lot getting through difficult situations in games and being able to go complete games.
Absolutely. And that's one of the things that made me most proud being, in the box is the fact that those were the same games that I saw us not finish the year before. And really, we had an opportunity 2 years ago to have just as great a year as we had last season. However, we just didn't finish that. I want to say it was probably like 6 to 8 games that we had where we were winning or just tied at one moment that just slipped away. And Coach touched on the fact that we were lighting the bullpen. Now this year, you guys have tremendous support, right?
Oh, yes, we do.
Absolutely. So, Mr. Dickerson, talk about the excitement that you have being able to get in and get dirty. I've been a red shirt guy before. After my sophomore year at BC, I transferred to San Jose State, and their coaches retired on me right after they basically recruited me. And so I had to come back home, and I sat out a year. The hunger that existed in me from that year out made me 10 times better as a player the following year. How do you feel going into this year?
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely ready to get in. It was good for me to sit out and, kind of take a step back and fix the things that need to be fixed, kind of watch, learn some stuff. And,
Nice.
But I'm definitely ready to get in there and play. So.
Absolutely. Catcher is one of the most intense positions on the field of baseball. A lot of guys in other sports, and I'm gonna just keep it real and be honest with y'all. They think y'all out of shape. These are the stereotypes that baseball players get. I work in the sports realm. I'm gonna just keep it real with y'all. They think you're out of shape. They think there's no contact, and they think that you guys are just hanging out in the park, eating sunflower seeds, right? So those stereotypes, even for me as a former football guy, when I have an opportunity to work baseball and I see the intensity in every bat, in every at bat, and then I see the morale and spirit that the catcher provides for his team by being one of the guys that provides contact and accepts the blows of people trying to come and charge you foot first into home plate. I've gained a tremendous respect for you guys having that opportunity because I wanted to play baseball too. I was just scared of the curveball. I couldn't stay in the box. So there are things that people who play other sports that'll try to nag you on, they'll never be able to hold a candle to you guys because I definitely tell you, no way am I staying in the box with that curveball coming, man. So talk about the experience for you. Let's go back to Nate. Just having an opportunity continue to compete at a high level for such a hallowed tradition like Bakersfield College? Because you guys, being totally honest, you got a pro baseball player as your coach.
Yeah.
We have hundreds of players playing at the next level, correct? Mm-hmm. Still playing on the major league stage. So how does it feel to be another guy next in line for that tradition for you, Nate?
It's a great feeling. A lot of great guys have came out of BC with the help of Coach P. Coach P is a tremendous coach. I've learned so much from him for the year that I've been here. He's helped me develop into the player that I am. It's just he has the connections to get you out to different scouts and get you to the next level. So it's a great feeling knowing that I have that behind me to help support me.
Absolutely. And how about you, Ryan? I mean, just having an opportunity to have an extra year of support from that great coaching staff. How has that impacted your career so far?
Tremendously. When I went into my redshirt year, I didn't realize that kind of at first that how valuable it was going to be until I got into this fall and saw that picking Coach P and the whole coaching staff's brain just all season taught me a ton.
Nice. And that's a beautiful experience about having coaches that walk the walk. And no disrespect to you coaches that never played the game that you coach. No disrespect. But knowing that the person that's teaching you has applied himself with blood, sweat, and tears to get to where he is, it just does something to a player, right? Mm-hmm. It puts that fire into you to know that, hey, if he did it, I can do it. If he did it, I can do it. If he did it, I can do it, right?
Yeah.
So Coach P, former pro baseball player, former Division I coach, umpteen thousands of players, hundreds of players that have went on to the next level. How do you see that impacting your future as a man? And let's talk about future aspirations for you after baseball, starting with Mr. Dickerson.
Yeah, just being around the whole program, we're a hard-working program, and that's taught me a lot because I'm trying to go into the fire service after this. And
amazing.
Being in the fire service, you're having to work hard every single day.
Absolutely.
Keeping out there. So that's taught me a ton.
Yeah. I'm glad you touched on that because one of my first guests for this year's show was retired Deputy Chief Mr. Hartley. And he talked about his impact and just being able to provide support through a community who's been ravaged by fire, for 30 years. So hearing that you're looking forward to going into the fire science career, it makes me extremely proud. I just got goosebumps just thinking about that because my son, who just went to the Army as well, he wants to do fire science when he returns. So I'm rooting for you, and I know it's going to be a great experience, but more than anything, I'm excited to see you get out there and get ready to take some of those blows and give some back.
Oh, me too.
All right. So moving on to Nate. Let's talk about future aspirations for you. From a pitching standpoint, I've seen you produce. I know that you have the capability to play at the next level, but what does the future look like for Frankie? Because I'm a huge guy that believes in visualizing and achieving. You visualize the success that you want, and then you go out and get after it, right? Mm-hmm. So with the experience that you've had playing for these great coaches, what are your future aspirations?
I'm still not quite sure what I want to do with my career. I am majoring in criminal justice.
Okay.
And if I do decide to become a police officer or something like that, baseball has taught me how to be professional. Absolutely. With different people, different groups. So, taking what I've learned from baseball into that career would help me tremendously. I know how to talk to people. I know how to help in different situations, calm situations down. So
true.
Being around the game of baseball has taught me a lot more than just the game. It's taught me how to be a man and how to be professional.
Well, more than anything, you just turned a bright light on in my head from the aspect of what I think make great cops. And I have a ton of great cops that I'm attached to. Some are former teammates, some are former coaches. Some are just community members that have helped me as a social worker over the past 15 years. But the ability to stay calm under pressure is something that a pitcher can teach a cop, right?
Yep.
Because you have to stare down the eyes of a guy that's batting close to 400, and that just rocked you 3 times and get him out. You know what I mean? So like, what other pressure could teach you how to stare in the face of adversity than being a pitcher, right?
Oh, yeah.
I definitely, like, as you said that, I was like, wow, that's pretty intense pressure having to be a pitcher, and how that equates to law enforcement, because, even with the greater branches of law enforcement and the most subpar people who are in law enforcement that probably shouldn't be can learn from that experience of how to be calm in the face of pressure, so you don't overreact and make the wrong judgment call. Because really being a great cop is just about having great judgment. I believe, and I was almost a cop as well, as I was close to being a cadet for CHP. But decided to continue on my path of social work because they had given me a promotion at the time. So I'm glad you alluded to that, because it's important that people understand that what you're doing today is going to assist you with being successful in the realm that you work in as a professional. And one day, they just told me they were going to break, but one day we play our last game. And we have to use everything that we were taught by our coaches, teachers, parents, and community members to help us be productive and successful citizens in society, right? Definitely. So before we get out of here, they're trying to get us to break. I'm not letting y'all go to break without giving me your pregame warm-up music. Dickerson.
All the way country.
There we go. There we go. Who's your favorite artist?
Got some Garth Brooks in there.
Okay.
Justin Moore.
All right. Well, me and Cam and the guys were just joking about how tight some of the country music is that people don't listen to. Like, and I was like blown away when I would come up and have to work games, and these songs are coming through the playlist, and some of the songs come in that I never heard. I'm like, man, that was a pretty raw country song, man. That sounded like R&B and hip hop on a country beat. That's all that was. So I appreciate that, man. So Nate, pregame music. What you
know
going
me,
with?
I'm an old school rap kind of guy.
Okay.
A song that fires me up before a game is Big Papa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I love it when you call me Big Papa.
It always it reminds me of the movie Hardball.
I got you, man. So, hey, I definitely like to throw the curveball at the end, to break away from the monotony of us just talking about the game and life, because more than anything, I was a player that if I feel good, I'm going to play better, and one of the funny things before we go to break is I used to trade rock tapes for my rap tapes with my teammates, and I would end up listening to Metallica before my games. And one day I traded a tape with Jeremy Stott, who's a welding instructor at BC and one of my former co-captains. And after that game, I had like 2 picks, a strip for a touchdown, and like 2 blocked kicks. So I was like, hey, Metallica is mine every week from now on, Jeremy Stott. So music brings that passion, man. I'm glad y'all joined me. I appreciate y'all coming in for the show, and I'm excited to see y'all next season, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right. January, right? We start with Moore Park, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's kick their tails, man. They
Yeah.
cost me a national championship ring my freshman year.
Well,
Yeah, so do work.
we'll handle it.
All right. So, hey, y'all heard that. We'll be right back after the break. We'll go over some Renegade recaps right after this.